Hello everyone, my name is Tracy Nieuwenheyzen-Petersen. I am the founder of Social Work PTY LTD. I am also a registered social worker. Um, Today's video is a bit unorthodox in many ways. So this is part 3 of the story of how social work came to be. Like I've mentioned in some of the previous videos, the company, or my little business is what I call it, was created out of many parts of me and many experiences that I went through, and I discussed part 1 and 2. Part 3 is, it's very close to my heart, and that is organizational trauma. So when I say that this is one of the unorthodox videos, there's a number of reasons. Firstly, I don't know if you can see the background. It's a lot different than my other videos, as I am recording this in what my husband calls my sanctuary. It's a part of the home where I tend to hide when the world gets too much for me. And he always has to come and get me out of there. Secondly, I have not prepared for this video. For those that have been following me, you will see that there's a big time lapse between the last video and this one. And the reason for that is I honestly did not know if I had the strength to make this video. If I knew what to say, if I should say it. There was just so many things, and a lot that happened in this time also that prevented me from making the video. And I cried a lot of days since the last video. I've been staying praying, asking for God to guide me and give me the strength, because not only did He give me this business idea, He has sent many of you to follow me, has sent many of you who have supported my small business, but He's also placed it in my heart to do the storytelling journey, and I can only thank Him for the strength that I have to do this today. And for many of you out there who have shared your mental health stories throughout this month, I think I have grew through I have pulled strength from that as well. Like, there's so many amazing and courageous people out there that have shared their journey. And today I laid here in my sanctuary, for fear of not being pulled out, because my husband's not home and God pulled me out. I was watching series and He just placed the words in my heart. I couldn't focus on anything else other than making this video. So I'm gonna take you back a few years. Like I've mentioned, I've went through childhood trauma in my life, and a few years ago my husband asked me if I could choose a different father, would I? And I said to him, no, I've thought about that many years as I was dealing with everything that went on. And I said to him, no, because if it wasn't for my journey going the way that it did, I wouldn't be the person I am today. And I said to him, I love who I am. And shortly after that, I told parts of my story to someone I was working with, and I said the same thing to that person. But if it wasn't for my journey, I wouldn't be where I am today. And this person said to me, it's sad that you have to go through that to become who you are. It's sad that that is your story. And I never thought of that, because a lot of us who have gone through things, we tend to try and look at the silver lining, try and stay positive, trust God, find the positive in it. So I've never thought of it that way, and that words hit me. And that brings me to the topic of my organizational trauma. I am not going to dwell into the details, the company, the things that happened, because the purpose of this is not to hurt anyone, or is not to be dragging anything negative into this. But I went through organizational trauma, and it hasn't been that long for me. I think it's been just under a year since I've been able to walk away and start social work PTY LTD. Like you see, I can say that with a smile, but the trauma has been lingering over me for these months. And you want to speak out, and I've been to some interviews in the past few months, and you always feel like, what do I say? Why did I leave? What did I say? What do I say? And you don't want to focus on that. You also have those voices that come up, and this has been a big thing for me on my journey, the voices of organizational trauma, the self-blame, saying, oh, but you had a part in it. If you didn't do that, this wouldn't have happened. If you didn't do that, this wouldn't have happened. That has been a big part of holding me back, the self-blame. But then also the people that were there for you but only for their own gain, the people that say to me, well, this is what the world of work is like, you just have to deal with it. All those voices, got in the way of my healing, and sometimes still are. Recently I had an opportunity to work for an organization, and I got this overwhelming anxiety. It was crippling, like I could not function. I even got ill, didn't go well, and I had to face the fact that I honestly have PTSD from my experiences. And I don't blame one organization, it has had a ripple effect. And that is something I'm always gonna have to face. It's something that's gonna come up every time I have the new opportunity. Because as much as I have my small little business, it is still a lot of growing to do in order to be my life. I also still have to grow some experience in years, so I am still out there potentially going into the world of work. And it's scary, and I think that is what I want to say, is that of all the traumas I've gone through, I think this has been the most difficult for me, because my childhood traumas, my teenage traumas and things, those things, what got me through was my education. I focused on studying books, excelling in my academics and things like that. And I've done that in order to get the job, and I got the job, and the job hurt me. So what do you do once your number one coping mechanism is shattered? And with that being said, guys, that is where I started my line within Social What PTY LTD. So Social What is essentially a company where we make therapeutic toys and communication tools for parents, families, professionals, anyone basically, for children with special needs, for elderly with Alzheimer's. Um, but then I also developed a range called Remember Me. And Remember Me is a little surprise range within Social What, where I will sometimes either make a few accessories or something special clothing item that is limited edition, just to remind us each to do something special for ourselves and purchase something special for ourselves, because it's tough out there, hey? We have to be remembered. And who has to remember us but ourselves? So that is how Remember Me became a part of Social What PTY LTD. Thank you that I could share that part today, and I look forward to speaking to you guys again. Thank you.